It's just a different thing. But
Yeah.
gameness is understood, just like you said, it's basically they don't quit. So my interpretation is a little bit different. And I learned this from an older guy, and it was basically the will to finish an opponent regardless of the circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter if you're ahead, behind, rattled, shaken, hurt, on top, on the bottom, whatever. I don't care what the circumstances are. What should be in my dog's thought is forever and always trying to finish the opponent.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's my interpretation of it. People will argue and this and that because most of the time people, when they think of gameness, it's when you're hurt or you're tired or something like that, right?
Right.
Which that's true, but
Yeah.
that's not all there is to it.
Right. Huh. Gotcha. So let's get off into this book, brother.
Yeah.
Let me pull something here. Let me pull that down. Hey guys, up at the top of the comments, you're gonna see this right here. If you want to order the book, How to Breed the American Pit Bull Terrier, there's Schoolboy's PayPal. This comment is pinned at the top of the chat. It'll be in the description. All this information is right there. The Cash App, all that. How to get in touch with them. All that's right there. So if y'all want to order this book, it's a solid book. It's a nice put together book, man. It's nice. But so here, let me blow this up, boy, for these old eyes. So here are some of the here are some of the chapters. I mean, it's some hell of a chapters too, bro. Look at this. Standards of breeding. Standards of individuals use. And I took notes out of something because out of chapter 2, standards of individuals use, you said something, and it's on page 9 when you guys order that book. You said, I kept speed and strength and intensity in my dogs as a default standard. They had to get mad. In Spanish, coraje, I think it said. To be
Coraje. Yeah.
Coraje. Okay.
Yeah.
Coraje.
Yeah.
Coraje. Okay. Yeah. J is like H. Yeah.
Right.
To be considered fully turned on. Gameness was first and foremost, but a game dog must have finish, good air, a good mouth, and an offensive mentality with the intelligence to know when and act and how to execute what he wants to accomplish. Yeah. This what kind of stuff he got in this book, y'all.
Yeah, kind of profound. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there's a lot to it, and I'll be the first to say not every dog and not every good dog or every champion or grand champion in the past has those qualities at a high standard. But if you can have most of your dogs that have what you consider the standards for a good individual, have them at an above average level and inclusive, then your dogs, most of the dogs, when you breed them, if they have that, they're going to pass that on.
Right.
So as you continue with your program, you're going to have more and more dogs that have these attributes.
Right.
And speed and strength was a big deal. Gameness should be a given. It shouldn't even be, but I repeat it over and over again because even in my time and before my time, it wasn't important to some people.
Right.
Yeah. And because it wasn't important to some people, they lost a lot of the other qualities.
Right.
Because what I believe, what the dogs has shown me, is a lot of these physical traits that dogs possess is directly related to their gameness.
Right. So some of this stuff that you said can be applied to a lot of dogs, I think, especially when you're talking about traits. For instance, on page 11, you said he has a section in there. I ain't gonna give too much of the book away, but it's just certain stuff.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
It says winners. Competition was the mainstay of the breed. Without it, there was no breed, which is why having and producing winners was so important to me in the past. It's used to measure the quality of an individual and the quality of a family of dogs. winners, and producers. I found that most successful breeders base their dogs on them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
It competition it's like the heart and soul of any breed.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons that these standards or these things that I talk about, they can be used across the board with different species of animals, depending on what you're doing.
Yeah, depending on what you're doing.
Because
yeah.
as I found out in conversing with a lot of different dog men, game fowl men, even some horse racing people, and reading books and different things, there's a lot of commonality between all of us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to breeding, the difference between me and a lot of other people that agree or did a lot of the things that I did is I put it down on paper. They haven't. There's tons of people out there that do and did and have the same ways of thinking when it comes to their animals that I did, but they didn't write it down. Right. So once they're gone, it's lost. I wanted to make sure it wasn't lost. And I mentioned the people that I give homage to in the book, right? But that the competition is that's where you prove what it is that you put together, what it is that you produced.
Right.